the news. The news. Yes, this is a special report. Special report. That's right. And of course, bringing it to you, it's for August, I wish. September 17th, 2013. In the news, I want to tell you something. Last Friday, there was an announcement by an Al Qaeda official. Remember, Al Qaeda was bought by our government, and they're paid for by our government. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's true. It's in the white papers. It's also in a lot of the sources that have leaked this out. And then they basically said, somebody was on there that said that there would be many more shootings in the U.S. And then, just last night, Obama said he was going to push for the Second Amendment to try to take away guns all across America. That's what his speech really was about last night. Not about what he said, but that's what it was really about. Not what you heard, but that's what it was about. So then yesterday, we had a shooting at around 11, almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon, where 12 people were shot by 2 gunmen. Now, they're not calling it terrorism, and they're not calling it anything when it really smells like a false flag. It really starting to smell like a bad false flag, just like the Chicago bombing, just like 9/11. And this is just like what happened there. And this is an event so that Obama can push the executive order to take away your guns because of this falsified event that was engineered by our government to disarm the American people. So, that's what this was all about. Folks, if you're not awake, I hope you're awake now. Remember, we said that the government will manufacture things, that the bad people, that is, will manufacture things to make it look like it's one thing, when really it's a way to take away rights from all people and to really put this country in tyranny. Because once we lose our guns, everything goes, folks. It'll go really quick. So you better hope that we don't lose our guns. Because if we lose our guns, freedom will go very quickly. After that, it will erode quickly. It always has in every society where it's happened already. So that's what Obama's speech was, and it's really weird how it just happened the very next day. A shooting occurred on the naval base in Washington, D.C. Isn't that kind of weird? Smelling kind of fishy to me. And it has the makings of a false flag, and it looks like a false flag, because usually, if somebody goes crazy, it's usually one person, not more than one shooter. They're saying there were more than 2 shooters at this event. One was dead, other one still haven't caught yet, as far as we know. And there may be more. We don't know. Some people are saying maybe 3 or 4 shooters. So this was planned. And if this is an act of terrorism, they're not calling it yet. But that's really what it is. It's looking more and more like it. And it was planned and engineered by Al Qaeda, because someone from last Friday warned us of more shootings will happen in the U.S. as a result of the war not happening in Syria. So there you go. Our government paid these people to engineer these things. So if you see these people coming in that have guns and they're doing things, we need to take them out. And I don't mean out to lunch. I mean take them out of existence. Because these people represent our government. They paid for them to come over here to do mayhem. They have contracts. They have money. I guarantee if we did an investigation on Obama and his administration, we would find evidence to show this fact. And that all the stuff would all be around his appointee, and people of his officials would show a trail of where it would lead, where this Al Qaeda came from in the first place. Because it's him that's going around wanting to do these wars, even though America doesn't want war. Just like America is against disarming people of their guns, even though Obama lied to us and said that a lot of people, about 80% of people, want the guns to be taken away. When that was truly a lie from hell, because people actually, 80% said they want people to keep their guns, not to lose them. So, there's one of many lies that Obama's selling here and pushing. We have the war in Syria to try to distract us. And then there's drills happening outside of D.C. They're saying there could be a blackout in the United States, all around D.C. of 450 miles. Or why are a lot of soldiers leaving the U.S.? 80% of our soldiers won't be in the U.S. by the time November comes. And then what's this thing about them getting foreign troops to come over here? Is this part of a drill exercise that may take out cities on the East Coast, and maybe a drill that will be permeated all across America, because that's what some people have theorized and people have sketched. If this is true, we need to expose this and stop this any way we can, folks. This is not something you can sleep by idly and let it pass you by. Don't think because it hasn't happened to you yet, where you're walking around with your gun when you're rightfully and lawfully allowed to do so, and then somebody comes by to take away your gun and to arrest you, even though you shouldn't be arrested for it, because cops are making up charges that are false on you when you had no right to be arrested at all, because you're following the laws of the Constitution and of this land. But there's cops that are making up their own laws and making up their own things because they think they can do whatever they want because they have a badge. Some cops, I'm not saying all, but there are cops that think this. And it's the cops that are going to cause a war between the people. And it's not the people that are going to cause a war between the police. It's going to be one of these big head police who are arrogant, come out of county, and they think they can do whatever they want because they've been raised up to George Washington and Thomas, Abraham Lincoln, and well, not Abraham Lincoln, but George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison are all terrorists. They wouldn't be fit in today's army because they're not fit according to today's army because they're all bad. They're considered terrorists when really they were true patriots that really started America. And what's this thing about the bases being unarmed? All these shootings wouldn't have happened today at this base if the soldiers had their arm. My dad was a Green Beret, and he told me that they always carried guns. They had them all the time on them at all times. What's this I hear across bases where they're unarming people, and they're not allowed to have guns? They have to be checked out before they can use them. If the soldiers had their guns, this would not have happened today, because the two nincompoops who were shooting at the people, the soldiers and all, would have stopped this before it even got to all these people that died. And a lot less casualties would have ensued or occurred if the soldiers had their guns. It's a no-brainer. So give the soldiers their guns, you dummies. Because soldiers always should carry their arms at all times, even on a naval base. This is for that very reason, you dummies. So you need to rewrite that policy, because this could have been prevented today. What happened yesterday could have been prevented if the soldiers had their firearms. That's the news. I'm Michael DeSilvis. Please make a donation. Subscribe down below. Remember, let us know what you think. And remember, make a donation. We need your donation. Call us, make a donation, 804-789-9373. And you can also send us a donation, of course, at our address at 7110 New Hunter Road, Apartment 423, Mechanicsville, Virginia, 23111. And because we get paid by you, we're not state-run like APR or like CNN, or any of these other so-called house media programs. We're part of the true media. We're part of the same media as Alex Jones. So we need your support. So make sure you subscribe down below and send us some donations by calling us up. Hello, yes, I'd like to make a $20 donation to the DeSilvis Media. Well, thank you, sir. Okay, I'd like to pay for it with my MasterCard. Okay, I'll run it through. Now, come on, call us up so we can do that and get more equipment and be able to be more effective as a news media organization. See you later. We represent the true media, alternative media, to tell you the truth, where the real media is not telling you any of this stuff because they're being paid off not to tell you. That's the truth in the news. Michael DeSilvis signing off for now.